Over the past 4 days, I've been logging into Rise of Kingdom's top alliances to see exactly how good they actually are. Each day, I logged in, checked the alliance activity, claimed the chests, watched the chats, and even lurked into their Discord servers. My goal? To understand how these kingdoms operate, the type of players they attract, and most importantly, whether they're worth migrating to. Because not all kingdoms are equal. Some are strict with high requirements, others are super active but chill, and some land somewhere in between. The purpose of this video is to give you guys a deep dive into these kingdoms and know how they operate from within. So for any reason you wish to migrate to them, you know what to expect and what to prepare for. This is also the start of my new series, King Schmuck's Rise of Kingdoms Deep Dive, where I live in a kingdom for a certain amount of time without alliance members knowing that I'm there, to give you guys a honest review on the kingdom from within. Like and subscribe if you do enjoy the video, and also join my Discord in the description below. We're just above 1,200 members deep and we are only growing. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get started on the first day of the kingdom reviews. Okay, so this is day 1 of living in these kingdoms. I'm going to be showing you guys what each day looks like in each of these kingdoms. And the first kingdom on the schedule is 3355, a very highly active A seed with roughly 400 billion kill points, and apparently some migrants are still coming in. Now, the reason why I wanted to show you guys this kingdom, because there are many viewers who are free to play but are extremely active. I didn't want to just show only high kill point kingdoms with high requirements in this series. I will always keep a slot for a medium-sized kingdom who are exceptional in PvE and try their best in PvP. Now, this kingdom is arguably the most active free-to-play PvE kingdom that I've ever seen. They are constantly doing forts during off-season, and no word of a lie, every time I log in, I see yapping in the Alliance chat. The Alliance chat is never empty. There's always someone talking in the Alliance chat, and I swear to God, they have the most yappers I've seen in every kingdom that I've ever been in. Which is good, you know, because that's what keeps the Alliance feel alive and welcoming. So this is day 1 after 12 hours after reset in 3355, and they have been doing forts all night. Even though the Karawak event has been on, which usually means there's less people doing forts, but they're still alive and they're still kicking. We'll come back with more information about this kingdom, like their daily forts, their DKP requirements, and their KVK 5 achievement after I visit the next kingdom, which is 2638. 2638 is a well-established, highly competitive kingdom that is also extremely active in both KVK and off-season. They currently have had one of the biggest migrations yet, bringing in the ST group from 2906. This kingdom has both activity and high-level spending and packs a punch in KVK. As you guys can see, they are clearly very active off-season, doing lots of forts. Again, guys, the forts that I'm currently showing you guys on the screen is not so much because of the Karawak event that's currently running in all of the kingdoms. You're going to see after some time, the forts start to slowly pick up and you get to see more forts and more alliance chests per day. This kingdom has a bunch of spenders, and I'm going to show you guys how they average 10 to 20 gold chests per day and 4 alliance chests per day, and nearly over 150 wooden chests from the daily bundles. Now, the only downside to this kingdom is that there's clear downtime in the alliance chat. As you guys can clearly see, there are some gaps in between the discussions. But to be fair to the kingdom, it is off-season, and not many talk during off-season. The alliance chats usually pick up during KVK and not during their off-season. Again, I'm going to be showing you guys their weekly fort data down the line in the video, and these guys average about 3 to 4 alliance chests per day due to their high spending and insane fort activity. But next up, we have 3473, a kingdom with 4 KVK wins and recently getting into Season of Conquest with about 600 billion kill points at the time of making this video. They also have a big migration coming, and these guys are good friends of mine. They have recently won their first Season of Conquest going 1v3. As you guys can clearly see, they have an insane amount of fort activity, a high level alliance chest for a very new kingdom. They have some decent spenders and a crazy Kraken who randomly drops 70 gold chests in one day. They're extremely lean and well managed, and they also have a very strong set of new migrants. They will potentially be a bigger threat after KVK 5. Expect their names to be popping up more in the big leagues because they are just becoming a new threat in Season of Conquest. Their alliance chat is very active, but like most kingdoms, there are some gaps in between in some specific time zones, like really early UTC. But like I said before, some of these kingdoms are still in their off season and they decide to turn on their activity during their KVK. This is currently their off-season, so you have to give them that excuse. But nonetheless, it's still very, very active. Lots of discussions to be had during off-season. They also average 2 to 4 alliance chests, depending on the spending, but their fort activity is extremely high. Again, like the other kingdoms, I will show you all of the data for the forts and the total amount of gold chests while I was here after I review the next kingdom, which is 1903. Now, 1903 arguably has the most forts I've seen in all of these reviewed kingdoms. They are in the top leagues as a mini imperium with 2638 and also have extremely high kill points. Their spending in gold chests might not be on par with 3473 or 2638, but they do have a large pool of spenders who drop gold chests on a daily basis. Now, this kingdom is very lean and very successful with many KVK wins. And can I also say just how beautiful their kingdom website is? Now, I don't want to sound like I'm glazing too much, but you could tell there's some level of organization if they have a very clean website disclosing their achievement and what they're about. They also have their own league event that they host every off-season to keep players engaged and actively doing forts in their off-season. Now, their alliance chest is surprisingly not as active as I thought it would be. It is quite active, but maybe I expected it to be a little bit more busy just due to how actively they are doing forts. Nonetheless, it's still very good for them being in off-season. And now time for my conclusion. After a few days of logging in consistently, I was able to uncover a few extra but very important detail about these kingdoms. For example, my data shows that 3473 averages more gold chests than others, but in reality, that number is heavily skewed by their main Kraken, who can easily drop 70 gold chests in a single day thanks to his Korean account having fewer restrictions. Honestly, that's just insane. Just look at this footage of me waking up to 70 gold chests during off seasons. That's wild. Meanwhile, 2638 has a more broader pool of spenders. Instead of relying on just 1 or 2 whales, they constantly drop 15 to 20 gold chests across multiple members. The weight is shared, which is much healthier for a kingdom long term. I'll break down their migration policies, their DKP requirements and kill points, and their leadership structures after this segment, but first let's strictly talk about their activity based on the footage shown. Here's what I observed. 3355 is a decently sized A seed with an extremely vibrant community-driven vibe. It's very free-to-play friendly and it's kind of laid back, but it's still extremely active. Not much gold chests, but lots of forts and lots of alliance chests. 3473 is a rising star, a lean, mean A seed with high kill points, low power, probably the cleanest and most optimized kingdom in Rise of Kingdoms right now. 2368 is a well-rounded, hyperactive and very competitive kingdom with a strong mix of heavy spenders and very engaged players, as we've already seen. And then 1903 just feels like a balance of all of them above. They're not top spenders, but they still pull a solid amount of gold chests, absolutely dominate Alliance Fort in rallies, and they offer a chill and very well organized community vibe. One thing in common amongst these kingdoms is their dedication to keeping their members actively engaged and continuously doing their forts. For alliance chests, 1903 offers flux and resources to its members and has a seasonal competition amongst them. They like to reward their most active players and most valuable assets to the kingdom. 3355 awards kingdom trophies to their most active fort runners, recognizing and rewarding their contributions. 3473 implements a unique system by granting these users a percentage boost to their future DKP, encouraging sustained participation. 2638, known for its substantial spending power, generously rewards their players with flux and does seasonal competitions as well. All these kingdoms are currently in their off-season and their requirements are based on individual bases. There's no current spending requirements except for 2638, who recommend that each player that wants to migrate should at least do their Crystal Tech pop-ups. Obviously, your kill point needs to be at a good standard if you're trying to apply to any of these kingdoms because they are A-seed, but hopefully this has given you good insight on what these kingdoms are about and how they operate behind the scene. To conclude, 2638 is a very good option if you're a semi-competitive player who want to be with like-minded individuals. It's a very good kingdom to grow your account in and have amazing KVKs in. You will definitely grow your kill points in this kingdom. 3473 is a fresh perspective. They're currently a growing threat, and it's best that you get a seat in this kingdom before they become too large and cannot accept new players. 1903 is an extremely organized, very professional and insanely active kingdom. They're very well rounded and have a perfect balance of each of these kingdoms that I've reviewed so far. And lastly, 3355 is a kingdom perfect for insanely active players who like the community vibe in Rise of Kingdoms and also like to fight. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. There was a bunch of footage that I left because it was really hard for me to put everything together after 5 days of recording, but I do hope I gave each kingdom a fair share of recognition and justice. If you wish to feature your kingdom, just join my Discord and request a review and I'll take it from there. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.